And good evening, everybody. I've finally made it through. Not quite through yet. I'm taking a short break here at the halfway point on county number 5. I am in I'm in Dalhart, Texas. The county is Dalhart County. This means in one day I have traveled all the way across from Lipscomb County all the way to Dalhart County, going across the entire top row of counties here in the state. Why did I do all this? To celebrate Cinque de Mayo. We're celebrating it for doing 5Ks. Now, Dalhart, Texas, probably one of the things that is most famous for is the XIT Ranch that used to take up a huge chunk of the Texas Panhandle. You still see signs for it around the area, you still see, but I want to know if there is more that Dalhart has to offer. And so for that, I'm going to be talking with Jennifer K. Bean. She is somebody who found me after I did a 5K down in Paladura with one of her friends. And she said, hey, if you're ever up this way, we'd like to do a 5K. And I said, you know, I just happened to be doing something like that. And so we got together. She not only has her own, I'll let her tell you more exactly what it is, but she is a personal trainer. And on top of that, she kind of heads up what is known as the Dalhart Rock Runners. And so joining me here on our little video for today is Jennifer K. Bean. And Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you.
Jennifer, tell us a little bit, first off, what are the Dalhart Rock Runners?
Dalhart Rock Runners started a few years ago. I led a group called Run for God. I had back surgery and wasn't sure I was ever going to be able to run again. And a friend introduced me to Run for God, so I decided to lead that at our church. And we had about 40 people who participated in that first 5K, anywhere from 12 years old up to about 70. And so it's just a group that has stayed around. That was in 2012. 13, sorry, we started that in 2013, and so now it's just a continuous group that's continued for that 4 years.
Now, you've piqued my curiosity because running, particularly if you're doing distances, and I know you've done halves, have you done fulls?
Yes.
Running like that is particularly hard on backs.
Right.
And so you saying that you started this with back trouble just kind of plays into what I'm always telling folks, is that you can overcome anything as long as you're willing to.
Absolutely. I would not be in the physical condition that I'm in now after having had back surgery had I not continued to run.
There are a lot of people that have had back surgery or maybe even just got down in the back that they take that pretty much like a life sentence.
Right.
Now, that's not to say, folks, I'm not a doctor. Don't take my medical advice. But if you do it smart, you can get back out there.
Absolutely.
So how did you get back out there?
Honestly, Run for God was what helped me get back out there. I had run a full marathon in April of 2012. And then in September of 2000, I had suffered with back pain for about 17 years. So April, I ran a full marathon. By September, on my 40th birthday, I found out I was going to have back surgery. I literally could not get out of bed. And it was probably the most humbling experience of my life, because I just ran 26 miles, but now I can't even get out of bed. So it was difficult. So with my personality, normally I would have gone back out and started running again, because, you know, I could run 26 miles. So my nature would have been just to start hitting it again. But being introduced to Run for God made me start at the very bottom again, because that's where I was after having back surgery. But it also allowed me to share that journey with a whole group of people who were in the same place.
Now, it would have been very easy to quit.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't you?
Because that's just not who I am. I believe in working hard, and if I want something, then I'm going to go for it. And until God tells me I can't, that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, I love hearing that. Now, tell me a little bit, what's the good word about Dalhart?
Oh my gosh, Dalhart has so much to offer. We have a huge faith-based community in Dalhart. We have lots of churches in Dalhart, which doesn't necessarily mean anything except that there's a lot of good people here. People love each other. People are nice to each other. If you need a helping hand, you're going to find that in Dalhart. We do have XIT Rodeo, which you talked about before, the world's largest barbecue, which brings people from probably every state every year. Thousands of people come here for that, which is a lot of fun. And it's a great place to raise a family. We have great school systems, and for a small town, you can't get much better.
All right, now I have found since moving to the Panhandle, running still hasn't really caught on here a whole lot. At least not to the degree, you know, when I'm looking for where I'm going to run on a given weekend, I can find 437 runs down in Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, even as you get along the coast, and places that you would think it's too dang hot to run, but they're having 5Ks and longer runs every weekend. Up here, not so much the case. Do you see the sport of running or the fitness of running catching on up here?
Absolutely. For the first 5 years, I ran by myself. There was nobody else around this area that ran. So until I started Run for God in 2013, I ran by myself. So a lot of it, I think, is somebody being willing to step out and say, hey, come do this with me. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, which is exactly what you're telling people. And I think it just takes somebody being willing to step out and say, let's give it a try. You know, what's the worst that can happen?
So if somebody wanted to come up here to Dalhart to visit, why would they want to come?
Why would they want to come to Dalhart to visit? Well, you can come run with us. We have the Rita Blanca Lake Trail area. We have some great trails, great hiking. Just the people. It's a great place to visit.
And it looked like y'all are set up pretty well for vacation. I mean, I saw a lot of RV parks coming into town. And
yes, if you happen to be going to the mountains, it's a great place to stop.
So now, folks, I will warn you, your Dalhart is not in Oklahoma, but you can smell it from here.
That's a true story.
Especially if the wind is just right. And you're close to God's country over in New Mexico, so this is a great place to be. Folks, I'm going to get back out there before my legs stiffen up too much, but I did want to just take a second and talk with Jennifer K. Bean and find out, first off, thank you very much for inviting me up here to be a voluntary rock runner, and then for y'all taking the time to listen to my story. And hopefully they'll be able to take that and share that with some of their friends and see if we can't get some more people out here. As I tell folks, you know, you don't have to do a 5K. That's not where I started. It's not where you have to start. Just do something today to start some intentional movement. Whatever that means for you. Do something, do it on purpose, and get moving. That's all it takes. That's where I was. And
that's
now,
where every person starts.
Yeah. And you will find, even though, folks, I'm going to back this out, you see people that are rail thin like Jennifer, and it can be a little intimidating. But I have found the most accepting crowd with runners. Most of them are more than willing to help you. The first runner that ran with me hung back with me. They are full of encouragement. They're just happy to see you out there taking a step. And so just get out there, do something, even if it's starting like I did and just going to your mailbox back and forth a couple of times to start somewhere. I guess that's enough of my sermon. I'll get out of here, get back on the road. But Jennifer, again, thank you very much. Folks, this is county number 5 on my Cinque de Mayo, and we are in Dalhart County, Texas, doing our walk across Texas. I'm Fat Man on a Mission, and we'll see you on the road.